Hi Capricorn. So I'm going to do a reading for you guys today. We're going to use the Sacred Web Tarot as well as the Thoth Tarot and the messages. All right. So what does Capricorn need to know right now for their highest timeline? What does Capricorn need to know right now for their highest... Oh, this one's like wanting to come out, but it didn't come out, so I'm going to keep going. For their highest timeline. Oh, and that one just came out. All right. You have the Student of Water, clarifying the Student of Earth. Oh. Okay, we'll see what else this card can mean. It's come through in a pretty specific way in the readings. We're going to see what that might mean. Okay. So student energies, page energies, water and earth. Let's see if we can reverse the curse on this student of earth energy and see if we can make it something else, like transform it from what it's been coming through as. Okay, so what does Capricorn need to know right now for their highest timeline? What does Capricorn need to know right now for their highest timeline? One more. Wondering, should I take all of these? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So we have the Justice, or no, the Judgment card on the bottom. This is also called the Last Aeon card. Okay. All right. And then we have, interesting, then we have the Knight of Cups come through with the Five of Pentacles. I actually reversed this card in this deck so that it's an upward pentagram. But it's very much holds another meaning as well for me. So we'll get to what that means. And then also the Page of Earth. So we have two Page of Earth cards right here. Okay, let's get it right, more like right here. Okay. Oh, the Star card was just popping out of the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. Let's see what that might be about. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's get some messages now. All right, so what does Capricorn need to know right now for their highest timeline? Their highest truth, their highest potential. What do they need to know right now? Ooh, okay. Sometimes it literally feels like I have 3 messages in my hand and then there's like 15. And sometimes it feels like I'm holding a lot and there's only like 3. So, we'll see. Okay, paddle. Imperative. Trust issues. Oh, okay. Hunt. Oh, we were just talking about orcas hunting in the Scorpio reading. Interesting. Oldest. Need to move this so I can see this card more clearly. There we go. Okay. Muppets. Oh. I Heart You. I did this specifically because of Piper and Alex from Orange is the New Black. I Heart You. Matilda. tic-tac-toe. Medical assistance. Oh, wind song. This is my mom's code name on the CB radio. And she was younger. Your wish is my command. Okay. Okay, one more. Rubber ducky. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Okay. Oh yeah, this feels like it's going to be a bigger reading, so let's go ahead and just like get right into it. Okay, so student of water. Student of water. Splashing in this water, getting new emotional, either information, truths, feeling something in a new way, new experiences. This can be, in a traditional tarot, the guy or kid who has a cup and he has a fish coming out of it. And it's kind of like this new emotional truths, new emotional experiences. Like the fish is kind of representing emotions that's like in his cup that he doesn't quite know what to do with. It's like kind of sprung up out of nowhere. And he's like, oh my God, I have a fish in my cup. You know, like, what is this? Like learning new things about yourself, new emotional truths, having new experiences and having those emotions with those, those experiences. He has a crab coming out of his cup. This is the Knight of Water. Oh. Okay. Yeah, new emotional experiences. Okay. Student, learning something. Being a learner. All right. And then we have the Student of Earth. This is the one that's been getting coming through in a pretty gross way. Even just yesterday, I did a reading. Haven't posted it yet, but I'll be posting it soon. A collective reading. Very much like a parasitic energy that's been coming through. How do we reverse the curse on this? It's come through as that quite a few times. We have paddle sitting right underneath it. So Student of Earth, gathering new knowledge, earthly resources, learning how to craft, even like learning a new skill, being just a learner. Like using like new tools, like if you're just trying out like woodwork for the first time, like learning how to use like just the different tools. That's Page of Earth energy. Student of Earth. We're gonna turn this back into its good, healthy energy. Okay. All right, and then we have, yeah, this Knight of Water, Knight of Cups. This always very much comes through as like the poet, the romantic poet, the romance, just romantic gestures, emotional actions. You'd even say like my Barbie's right here. Just, yeah, romantic gestures, like, you know, proclaiming your love, you know, holding the boombox outside of like your, you know, person's window, you know, those kind of things. That's Knight of Water energy. Emotional actions, proclamations. Okay. And then we have the Five of Pentacles card, and I purposely put this upside down in this deck. So I'm going to read it how I have it for myself. So this very much looks like the Ace of Pentacles, but it's not. Just simply how we have the star here. That's how the Ace of Pentacles looks. It's like aiming for something and believing that you're aiming for the Ace of Pentacles, which the Ace of Pentacles also represents the bullseye for me. And this is almost like looking at something and thinking that it's an Ace of Pentacles, but it's not. It's something quite different. We're going to see what that might be for you. Okay. And then we have the other Page of Earth card, Emotional Learner, New Craft. She's holding a pentacle here with a spear. She's like standing on a hill. And I always talk about the kings and the queens standing at the top of their mountains. And this Page of Earth, she's like conquered a hill, that like a first task, a first accomplishment. She's climbed the hill and she's gotten to the top of a hill. That can be quite rewarding, especially on new journeys. Tackling those first obstacles. Feeling pride in that you achieved something. Even those small achievements can feel really good. Okay. And that is clarifying the Last Judgment, the Aeon card. You have Osiris or Horus sitting behind it, which is the birth, the child of Osiris and Isis. Also can represent Jesus in other cultures. Aeon, the birth of something new. We're going to see what else this might be about. I'm getting a couple different messages. So, okay. So now let's go through the messages. All right. So we have paddle underneath Student of Earth. Paddle. This just reminds me about like spanking a bad kid. It's a student, which also could, it's a page energy, which can also represent a child. We have paddling. This has been a bad card. You could say a naughty card, just like and not the fun kind of naughty, like the like gross kind of naughty, like storytelling, false stories, trying to convince people. This also came through as like a beldam energy, trying to weave false story lies around other people, situations. It's like this parasitic energy. It was coming through as that parasite that inhabits, it crawls into ants or dying ants, sick ants, and it inhabits their bodies and pretends to be the ant. And but it's not. It's very parasitic. We have paddle right underneath this. Just sounds like getting a spanking. Like a child getting like a, you know, interesting. I'm not really convinced that corporal punishment is like healthy for children. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not a mother, but I have been a child. And I very much had a family that believed in corporal punishment all the way up until I was like 14, 15, I was still getting like whipped, like belts, you know. I don't believe in that very much, but paddle. This could even represent just like getting punished in some way. Punishment? Paddle? We'll see what that might be about. Maybe finding new solutions for something, for bad energy, for a bad kid, a bad child, even an inner child, like someone's inner child that has gotten out of control, that's a storyteller that just has like this weird beldam energy. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so then we have imperative. Something being imperative, important. This is imperative that you know this. Imperative. It's joining these two students together, the student of earth and student of water. Something being imperative. Important to know, like right now. Important to do, important to focus on. Student of water, flicking around in this emotional water, this kind of new emotions, like just like getting to know who you are even within a situation, or like falling in love with someone. Those first like emotional feelings that can feel like really high, a little out of control, like, oh my god, I've never felt this emotion before. But imperative is sitting with these two energies. I would love to turn this energy around into something new and not what it's been. We have paddle underneath it, which means like it feels like getting a spanking, like metaphorically spanking a bad child. We have these two students here, which can be like two children, two inner children. Something is imperative. Okay, let's keep going. All right, then we have trust issues sitting right underneath this little bird. Hold on. Okay. Sitting right underneath this little bird, we have trust issues. Trust issues. Maybe trust issues have like hindered your emotional experiences in the past. Something that is needing to be focused on right now. There's trust issues. You know, this little bird. Maybe even having gone through experiences where someone has like gained your trust and then hurt you. Where you've given your heart, where you've surrendered to the emotional love or emotional experiences, and then your heart was torn apart, played with, tossed in the garbage. Trust issues, and then paddle. Oh. This could even be like two inner children, two people who are healing from things, like their inner child wounds. Or even just like inner child work that you're doing within yourself. Imperative. These two energies are imperative. Imperative is what is binding this together or joining these two things together. Something is imperative here. with these two. This one, paddle, and this one, trust issues. I just heard choosing new reward systems. Choosing new reward systems with trust issues. Okay, let's keep going. We'll see what else comes out with that. All right, so then we have Hunt sitting under this guy. And in the Scorpio reading that I just did, we were talking about orcas hunting together. Orca hunts. Orcas teaching their calves how to hunt. Strategy. In the water. Emotions. This is the evolution. This is sitting right next to this guy. Literally this energy. Sitting right next to him. Trust issues. Hunting something down. Trust issues, and then hunting something down. You could even say this is like the orcas in the water, like learning how to hunt with each other. We're teaching the babies how to hunt, and there's the little prize up here, the seal. Hunt. Yeah, I still actually have my orca thing out here. Oh, no. Did I already show this to you? I don't know. My orca and the baby calf. This has been in my ritual space right here for the last couple weeks. It's very, very much symbolic to me right now, but it came through in a big way in the last reading. And now we have Hunt literally again right here, and I didn't put that back in the ritual space. It's still sitting right here, and it's sitting right underneath this. It's sitting right underneath this card. Very interesting. So, Hunt. Hunting something down. I've been talking about wolves, like a wolf pack hunting. And orcas very much, like how they hunt, it's very similar to wolf packs in my opinion. Very strategic. Very coordinated. Hunt. Okay. All right, then you have oldest sitting under this. Oldest, an oldest child, the oldest of something, oldest, metaphorically the oldest. Something either appears to be what it's not. It looks like this is trying to mimic an Ace of Pentacles. And maybe that's like being purposefully done. It's mimicking an Ace of Pentacles, or it doesn't realize that it's not. Oldest. Yeah, this isn't the true bullseye. Whatever this is not the bullseye. It looks like it's trying to act as a bullseye, but it's not. Or maybe you're just like focused, or whatever this is, it's sitting right underneath, or right after this energy right here. You could even say like hunting down the seal is the bullseye. That's the target. That's what you're wanting to get. But for whatever reason, something, that's not it. Maybe even being aimed at something, but it's not the right thing. It seems like it is, or it appears to be. It's not the true bullseye in some way, whatever this is about. We're going to keep going around to it, or coming around to it. Okay, so then we have Muppets sitting under this. Muppets. I just watched Kermit the Frog, Singing Rainbow Connection. About a week ago. Muppets. I have Kermit in here, so, and he didn't come out. Muppets. Also, the Muppets Christmas Carol is one of my favorite Christmas movies growing up. I used to watch that one over and over and over again. My brother and I, we used to love the Muppets Christmas Carol. Oh, we have 3 cards here, and there's 3 ghosts. Maybe that might mean something, maybe it might not. Okay, so Muppets. Even a child energy, a child show. Children. Muppets. Comedy for children. Good messages. The Muppets always had good messages. Didn't have any like weird, perverse, hidden messages in there. It was a very, from what I remember, and I've watched it since, actually own it, I've watched it quite a few times, like around this past Christmas I watched it. It just has healthy messages. It can be dark, it can be, have all kinds of like really intense messages without having to be perverse or gross or like put in like this weird like subliminal stuff into the children's shows. It's healthy growth. That's a healthy Page of Pentacles energy. Yeah, if you're looking for some shows for your children, if you have children and that's something that's like an issue for you, the Muppets, like they always just had really good messages. Funny, it's like kind of comedic and quirky. At least back in my day, at least like the ones from that I watched in the 90s and like early 2000s always had good messages. Maybe look up that song, Kermit, Rainbow Connection. Yeah, she's holding an Ace of Pentacles in her hand. That's a healthy ace. That's, you can see it has a yin-yang on it. Oh, you could even say she's holding the bullseye. Oh, interesting. Okay, so she's holding something, he's holding something. It looks like they've either got their bullseyes or they know what they're aimed for. But this energy, whatever that is sitting here in the middle, it appears to be one of these. Or it appears to be a bullseye, but it's not. I don't know what that's about. I guess we'll kind of uncover it as we go. Okay. All right. So then we have I Heart You. Sitting here under this Last Judgment card. I love you. I heart you. Going through changes, going through judgments. Thinking of Anubis. Having your heart weighed. Are you going to, like, which door are you going through? And that just reminds me of, like, karma. Have you, like, karmically, have you worked through your debts, so to speak? Or have you put in your time to make sure that you are healing? That you are either, like, whatever your path is. Like, whatever your path is. Like, yeah. I don't know why this one just reminds me of Anubis, but it does. You have Horus here. New birth. What's being birthed? Which door are you ascending through? Are you ascending into the heavens? Into something new? I heart you. I heart you with Matilda. These are the 2 messages that are sitting underneath this. I heart you. You could even think like Alex and Piper when they're laying in that bed. I heart you. And she said, is that an I love you for pussies? You know, like a... And then she said, you're inevitable to me. Transitions. I don't always focus on this bottom card, but every once in a while, we have death card right underneath this. Something's transforming. Transitions. Turning into something new. The old is being laid to rest, so to speak. We're in process. I heart you. A new way of life. Even realizing that you are loved. Or even what kind of love you want. Knowing what this stuff is and not being tricked by that. The other two energies on the surrounding it are healthy. They've found their correct bullseyes. That just looks like it's masquerading as a bullseye, but it's not. Or even like a wrong focus. We'll see. But I heart you. And then Matilda. So Matilda has come in for me. So I have this like playlist that I have, and it helps me work through energy. Reparenting the inner child with movie clips. And Matilda is one of them with Miss Honey. Really being an actual mother and friend to her. Understanding her, respecting her. She was a smart kid, but her parents didn't know how to handle her. They didn't understand her smartness. She literally grew up and took care of herself. You could even say that that's an inner child energy. Having to learn and grow up because you didn't have the parents or that correct parental energy in your life. That healthy parental energy. Matilda and Miss Honey. I heart you. Even being a parent for your partner's inner child, that's a big thing. In the Lover's card, it's literally being parents to the inner child of your lover. Knowing how to hold different positions for your partner, how to kind of switch in and out of between like what's needed and how to care for them. You could say Matilda. You could even equate that to being Matilda being your partner's inner child, knowing how to take care of them, how to be Miss Honey when that is needed. Knowing that someone's going to take care of you or that's what you need. However that's coming up for you. Because we literally have two inner children right here. Or this could be just one inner child and like just energy being worked through. But we have paddle and trust issues right here with these two student energies. Yeah. All right, so let's go on to the next messages. So we have tic-tac-toe. We have tic-tac-toe, which sounds like fun. It sounds like a kid's game, just like tic-tac-toe. It's sitting right underneath trust issues, so X's and O's. That can represent kisses and hugs. Maybe not even knowing how to respond to new emotional energy coming towards you. Or being triggered by how maybe someone communicated in the past, or maybe even how a past partner used to communicate. It's kind of like that thing where like you have a new partner or a new love interest, and it's almost like being triggered, like they say something, but it's because it's being triggered because of a past partner that hurt you. And it just like brings up those old emotions, like those old trust issues, those old like cruddy energies, but they didn't mean it, but it like, you know, they meant it in how they meant it, you know? but it's still like, it's like those X's and O's. Like if someone like you knew in the past, like had X's and O's, would send that to you, but they're in the past now. And then your current partner put like X's and O's, like that same kind of like, you know, but they mean it differently, obviously. It's coming from a different person, a different energy, but that can still be triggering. Maybe doing alchemy, taking that and playing tic-tac-toe, maybe using that to alchemize in some way, since it's coming up here. Tic-tac-toe, switching how you feel about it, turning it into a game with your inner child. Working through these trust issues. Sorry guys, I'm starting to sweat again. It's a midday. Okay. So now we have medical assistance. Medical assistance. Helping someone or aiding someone. Or this is something that you need. But it's sitting right underneath hunt. Medical aid, hunting something down. I was also talking about in one of the past collective readings about how I send out intentions. Like whenever I need healing for something, or I need just something, like whatever it is, I just kind of set my intention and I let it go. I trust that it's going to come in. And then I always, like within the next few days, within like a week, I start getting like these intuitive messages, or I'll hear like lemon, and I'll keep hearing lemon. And I focus in on that. Like also I was hearing peaches. I kept hearing peaches. I kept getting synchronicities around peaches. And I was like, clearly that's an answer to something that I've asked for. And so I started investing in peaches. I've been buying peaches. Right now, it's not fresh peach season, so I've been doing frozen peaches, but still, I'm eating my peaches. So medical assistance. This could be different for you, but this also, since we have hunt, it just reminds me of that energy. Being able to know what you need. Ask for what you need. Send out those intentions. What's coming in? What are the echoes that are coming back to you? What's standing out? And I've done this quite a few times where I set an intention. I'm like, I need help with this skin issue. I'm having like an issue here and I need something. I need to understand what I need. What do I need to do? And then the next day I watch a video that is completely unrelated. And in the video, they're like, use frankincense. If you haven't used frankincense in a while, use frankincense. It was like that message, and it was literally the answer that I needed. Just like stuff like that. And anyways, so this could represent something different for you, but that just is what that reminds me of. Like this, finding your thing, finding your answers, learning how to look out for them, how to receive them, how to connect, let's leave it like that. So hunt, learning how to hunt, learning how to teach other people how to hunt for answers. And being wary of these that look like a false answer. They look like the bullseye, but they're not. So how I do that is I very much rely on my tarot or my messages, like however they're coming through. But very much like if I'm getting like a certain answer coming through over and over and over again, I ask, I'm like, is this the answer to what I just asked for? Like I asked for an answer to this skin issue. Is this the answer for it? And just open up your tarot deck and see what it says. Like you'll usually get a pretty clear answer. At least that's how I've gotten it. Like the Sun card, like this, correct. Like learning how to hunt, how to ask, How to get the clarity that you need for the answer. Know it for certain. It's just what that reminds me of. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just, nose is running. Okay. So then we have Windsong, my mom's code name on the CB radio. Under oldest, which is under this false pentacle, oldest, and then Windsong. Windsong. Code name. Even like a form of mothering. Mom is in there. Like I have a couple different like things that represent like mom, motherhood, you know, in my thing, but we have a Windsong specifically, which is my mom's code name from when she was little or younger, like back in her day when the CB radio was a big deal and everyone had their own code names. Play. How to play, hunt. Teaching the calves how to get what they need. You can even say like something like that isn't actual, like they're hunting a seal. That's the intention, to get the seal. And they're like focused on something else and they're doing their spy popping or hopping, whatever it's called. And you could even say like the calves are doing that and they're focused on something, but it's not a seal. Like just knowing what the bullseye is. Oh yeah, I watched another video where they were spy hopping and there were actual humans on the boat. Knowing the difference between, knowing what your intention is, knowing what the difference is between your meal and something else, like the prey, what you're after, the bullseye. Because the humans aren't bad, you know, they're just not the meal. But they're clearly doing their spy hopping thing. Yeah. Windsong. Windsong. And the mother isn't the bullseye? Oldest. Oldest Windsong. The oldest. Windsong. And oldest within your family? Think about Windsong. In my mom's family, oldest would be her sister. And her sister just passed away a couple of years ago, my aunt. Maybe even a wrong focus on something. Wrong, you would say wrong story, because this card was coming out as storytelling, like a naughty kid telling stories, a naughty inner child. Telling stories. Knowing what the true story is, even if this, however this is coming through for you. Old song. Oh, I just said old song, but I meant to say oldest. Old song. Okay. All right, let's come back around to that. I'm not quite certain exactly what this is about, since it kind of feels like, I mean, my mom's energy is right here, so I don't want to like muddy the water. This is very much like a muddying of the water. I don't want to do that. So let's come back around. Okay. Your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. This also like just reminds me of like doing stuff for a partner or a friend, like whatever this is about. Your wish is my command. Doing something for someone. Even if there's not like much reward for you, just like having done it for someone that you love is quite rewarding. Like building them something. You could even say, since we have Muppets and your wish is my command, sitting underneath this card, that could even just be like learning how to put together like I've been looking up a lot of woodwork around building like patio furniture, porch swings, outdoor sofas, stuff like that. I've been looking up, but I don't know how to do any of that, but I would love to be able to do that. And especially because it's cheaper, it looks nice, and just knowing that like you're doing something for someone, like they want a outdoor sofa. It's going to cost, $70 or however much it is to buy the lumber and put the things together, plus your time. That's like doing something because a partner wants something. Your wish is my command. What is that saying? Honey, I can. Isn't that like a thing from the 50s or the 60s? Honey do. Honey, I can. Something like that. Or it's like the wife asks for something and the husband goes out and does it. That's very much my grandfather's energy. My grandfather was he was his own man, but very much if my grandmother wanted something, he built it. He was a carpenter, also an architect. He was very much like a honey I can. He would always just like build her what she wanted. They had so much like things built on the property. He designed the home. Like he's a honey I can guy. That's like something that I look up to. Honey, I can. Your wish is my command. That rhymed. Okay. Even if you like feel like that's just part of a new process, any kind of new process, any kind of new craft. You're going to be a learner. You're going to be putting like the nail in the wrong spot. Just kind of just like going with it. And the more you do, like the more you create, the more you're going to get better at it. Even if this is just for friends or family, like whatever this is about. Okay, and then we have rubber ducky. What is that from? Sesame Street? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You may be fine. I have water energy over here. Rubber ducky. Rubber ducky, you're the one. Sitting right underneath I heart you. You're the one. You could even say that's like an inner child kind of I love you. You're the one. I heart you. Under this last judgment energy. Which is the aeon, which is the ascension. At least like from right here. Yeah, we have the Isis wings right there. Horus. Just like this last, right underneath the last judgment looks just so beautiful. It feels very, very safe. If you think about that scene, maybe that might just be a good scene to go look up. Piper and Alex, I heart you, like the heart, I heart you scene. And she just realized this other woman like actually really loves her. And she says that you're inevitable to me. And you can tell that surprises Alex. Just very much. And then we have all this honey I can and this inner child stuff surrounding it right here. That just feels beautiful. It feels like you're safe, or whatever this energy is. The trust issues. Maybe something was recently triggered. Okay, we're already at 49. Okay, I'm gonna sleep it through one more time. been trying to like keep it around 50-ish minutes and not get too long, but we're gonna go through it one more time just like to get any last message out of here. Okay. So we have the student of Earth. Like I said, this was coming through in a nasty way in other readings, but we're gonna try to look at this differently. Since we have both of these two cards, Page of Earth energy. This one is holding the pentacle, the actual boon, the actual bullseye. And this energy was coming in as false storytelling, trying to infect a pure heart, a pure energy with a false truth, a false lie, like the parasite, trying to, like, you'd even say, ooh. I just heard you, to impregnate with a false truth. I don't really like to use that word in that way. Yeah. Whatever this is representing to you, it was just really coming through as a parasitic energy, trying to even like gaslight or convince someone of something isn't true that is. We're talking about, yeah, let's go ahead and let's just kind of go ahead and flesh this out since it's right here. Okay. We're talking about this energy being like pure-hearted and just like holding its own truth. Let's just say it like that. It has its own truth. It has the facts of what happened within a situation. And we were giving the example of Donkey from Shrek when he was being sold by that woman. And when he ran away and she was selling him as a magical creature because he was a talking donkey. And he somehow got out of there. Well, it's like that woman coming back around and saying, actually, I wasn't trying to sell you for money. You're wrong on that. That's not the right story. Whereas Donkey knows what was going on. He knows what the story was. He knows he was being sold for money. But now she wants him back and trying to convince him, trying to convince a story like that didn't actually happen. Whereas he knows what happened. But that's what gaslighting is. Trying to convince you of something that isn't true because it serves their purpose. They want to either be back with you, they want to come back in, however that is. And that's like trying to push a false story in. That's how it was coming through. Burn that up. Whatever that energy is, that needs to be burnt up. It has paddle right underneath it. That's even like whatever this is to do with, if this is outside of you, like burn up that energy. Know what is the truth and be very firm with yourself about what the truth is. I just heard up a creek without a paddle. Make sure you have your paddle. Like, don't be up a creek without a paddle. Like, know what your truth is and not letting someone convince you of something that is false. Or if this is something like even to do with you, and you could even say like holding a false story on something because you need it to be true, or because you've been convinced that it's true by other people. Knowing what the truth of something is and not pushing that on to someone. I feel like that's a karmic responsibility. Knowing what the truth is about something, especially when you're an outsider on the situation, where you've just heard like word of mouth about how something went down. It's like, anyways, it just reminds me of just like not pushing a false story, not pushing a false truth. Paddle, having a full truth, knowing what you speak even. Yeah. However that's coming through for you, it feels like it could be quite a few different things. So, but paddle. Karmic And student energy is young, and that's like, students are here to learn. They're here to learn lessons. They're beginners, and that's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to get something wrong. It's okay to be in a process of learning, of discovery. It's just like when you get new information and you still have to, you're still holding on to a lie because you need that lie to be true. That's where stuff gets gross and parasitic and muddied. You could call that entity attachments. Like, I don't necessarily believe in that, but to me, it just reminds me of false stories, like needing to hold on to a false truth because it serves you, it serves someone else. That's just like what that reminds me of, like in a psychological sense. So you can be a learner, or whatever this is. Like, people can be learners, they can be new, they can be learning things, they could speak false stuff, but like also making sure you stand true to who you are. If you need to correct someone or make something very clear, because it could just be a mistake, whatever this is. But student energies can be quite, they can have a level of ignorance and naivety to them. So just holding that space for whatever that is. Okay, and then imperative. Sitting here with both the student of water and student of earth. Imperative. With these two together. Imperative. To join these two together, to find harmony between these two, understand why maybe two people made choices, their inner children made choices, or if this is just something going on between, just within you, your inner child. Giving people grace even for being new. We have trust issues with this under the student of water, with the little bird flicking around in the water. This could even be like, this has come through in my life, like understanding like people can be new to a path, they can be babies to a path, and they can do things that are quite triggering. And simply because they don't realize that they're crossing boundaries, or that they're crossing over something that you've you know, but it can be naive. It's a learner energy. It's like tripping over things and having to learn because you're being pushed back, or because like someone made it very clear you hit their boundary. Trust issues. Even just recognizing that someone might be new to a path. This is something that I'm actually going through in my life. Recognizing that someone might be new to a path and they're not quite sure. It's like them stumbling around in the dark, but you can see them clearly. Like, you could even say you're just matured on a path, like a cat in the dark. Like, you can see what they're doing very clearly, but they're like stumbling around just trying to figure things out, understand what all this energy is, what everything is. And maybe just having maybe a little more grace, if that's for you. That's very much what I'm going through. So, yeah, however that's showing up for you. Okay, because then we have the night right after it with this little, which is like the step number 2. It's like going a step up from the student of water into the night of water. And catching these, the prey, catching whatever you're hunting, because hunt is right below it. With medical assistance. Yeah, making your pain into your medicine, your, the venom in your past into your medicine, into the elixirs, into what can help other people and heal other people, teaching them how to hunt for their own medicine, their own truths, how to alchemize that shitty energy into something healthy and good that can serve other people. Or like I said before, like just intuitively asking questions and receiving your answers and knowing how to get clear advice or clear confirmations on it. Yeah, like, yeah, you found something. You found the answer. You got you were hearing something, you were tuned into something. Okay, now you get your clarity. Okay, now you got your clarity. Now you know for certain that was the answer. That's the elixir. You know, just also like medical related, just that's kind of a touchy topic as well. So I mean, I'm not a doctor. I want to make that very clear. I'm not a doctor. Just like that's how it works in my life. If there's something that you need actual literal medical assistance on, that's a different situation, and I would be checking more into that. But I'm just like talking about more so like I have this issue going on and I need a solution, like, you know, and just allowing the solution to come in, however that comes in for you. Just, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you could even say, like, getting an answer, like me hearing lemon, or me hearing peaches, or me hearing frankincense. You could almost see, like, say that that's like the spy hopping. That's being able to locate something and see something, like an answer has come in. What is that answer to? What is that the bullseye for? And getting your clarification is securing that actual answer. It's not like an if, like, what is this? There's something here, but what is it? It's like actually knowing what you've just grabbed and what its use is for. Why it came in. Yeah, okay, so then we have oldest with wind song. The oldest of something. It almost feels like the spy hopping. Like, literally, I know I already said that, but that's what it feels like. The spy hopping, like hopping up and down and locating something, but realizing, no, that's not the right answer, or that's the answer for something else. Getting the clarity on what it actually is. Securing the truth. Like the baby orcas spy hopping, they've located something. What is it though? What is that? Knowing what the truth is, that's how they grow. That's how they learn what the actual bullseye is. But we have it here with oldest and wind song. The oldest, the matriarch. The matriarch was the one who was kind of commanding everything, who was helping teach and organize with the orcas. The matriarch. Oldest. Then we have wind song here. The matriarch, a grandmother even. A matriarch of a family. Then we have wind song. I'm just thinking about like my lineage right now, like oldest. When we're talking about matriarchs, my grandmother. The next one is wind song, my mom, and then there's me. Literally, there's like something right here. Is this about like a lineage with family? Something's coming through about family. I'm not sure what this is about. This could be soul family. This could be a collective, whatever this is for you. Or just like within a partnership, like learning something, but oldest, yeah. Letting the oldest even speak, like the grandmother in some way. I don't know. However that's showing it for you. I don't want, like I said, this energy, I don't want to muddy the water. I feel like it's going to be different for everyone here. Just like weirdly how that came through, it feels very much part of my life. I don't know what that is though, but yeah. Then Muppets here with your wish is my command. And this is where we're getting that beautiful energy. Like this way, like from here on, there's just like beautiful inner child protection, love, realization, emotional truths. just cared. It just feels like knowing that you're loved, knowing that you're cared for, knowing that you've set an intention and that's what you have gotten, you've reached, you've harnessed. Yeah. Ascension, this lost aeon. Ascending through, going through something. Literally over here, it feels like getting the inner children on board or something with these inner children, learning something. And then we're like progressing into like a hunt, into teaching, into something here, understanding something deeper. And then we kind of go right back into this like inner child stuff with the parent and the child now in harmony. However that's coming through for you, just like it just feels quite beautiful and safe. All right, guys, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Yeah, there's a lot here that you can look into, very much. Yeah, Muppets, orcas hunting, teaching their calves how to hunt, even tic-tac-toe, maybe like just playing tic-tac-toe in some way. Whatever this medical assistance thing is for you, if there's like an issue that you're having right now, set an intention. Like make it very clear that you need a remedy, or you need to be healed in this way. You need some kind of answer. Just follow those steps. Like just even play with it and see what's coming through. And find how to get your clarity. Make sure that if when you get an answer, you get something coming in, like how to find that clarity, how to understand what the truth of it is. And yeah, or if you're building stuff for your partner, just understanding that you can be a learner. You don't have to be a master at the beginning. Just yeah. And I heart you with Matilda. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. I wish you guys well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.